So it's done. Gibbs-White to Spurs, subject to medical. Spurs, man. Spurs. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to another video where I thought I would wrap everything up for you guys because this moved very fast. By the time you'd probably started watching the previous video and got to the end, it's gone from linked to here we go. So this is a nice little wrap up, well not a nice one, but a wrap up video about what's happened today with Morgan Gibbs-White and my actual thoughts on it all. So if you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. If you do want to grab me a coffee, because I need like a double espresso or something, or a triple one. My God, it's been a long day. But let's jump into it. And I'm sorry to do this. Oh, I can't even look at that, man. It's just disgusting. Look, my estimation of Morgan Gibbs-White has gone down so much. I thought he was better than this. Better than Spurs. I wouldn't join Spurs. And I'm, 23. Yeah, I've got my Achilles injury and what have you. But you couldn't pay me to play for Spurs. And to think he's going to be paid to play for Spurs, a team that finished one place above the relegation zone last season. A team that, after not winning a trophy since 2008, decided to sack the manager that won them that trophy. A team that forced one of our own, Brennan Johnson, to deactivate all his social medias because they hated on him so much. Oh, and by the way, he scored the winning goal that got them that trophy. Oh, and by the way, he was their top goal scorer last season. Oh, and by the way, they still hate on him right now. This is the team you've decided to join. Have you lost your mind, Gibbs-White, is question number one. And then question number two has to be, Forest, what were you thinking? How have you put a release clause in of £60 million when the net cost of Gibbs-White is close to £40 million? And I just can't get my head around how we went from talking about 70 to 80 million for Gibbs-White a month ago, 2 months ago to Manchester City, to this magical clause coming out of nowhere of £60 million. This has to be, the only thing I can think of is this is one of those clauses that gets triggered as you go into the final 2 years of someone's contract, or there's a little sunset clause and a sunrise bit on it. Maybe it just opened up today and Spurs were savvy enough somehow to find out. I don't know. These are questions that we need answered. And Forest, how do you allow Elanga and Gibbs-White to leave in the same week? And don't tell me, oh, it's about the money. It's all about the money. It isn't. It isn't. We did Grumpy Old Reds. We covered a lot of it off. And Ben was right, man. It's like, are we a selling club or are we a club that our owner, Marinakis, tells us is ambitious, that wants to win trophies, that wants to disrupt the Cartel 6? You don't disrupt the Cartel 6 by selling two of your household names in the same week. And irrespective of how good or not you think they are, there's still signals that get sent out by doing transfers like this in the same week. You've only signed Igor Jesus, who I think is going to be a baller, but is not a household name. Jair Cunha, they still haven't announced. And then you're going to sell these two? Where are the players who are replacing them? Now, suddenly there's been this PR massive spin of all these names that have suddenly emerged out again from the woodworks. And we'll do a separate video on that tomorrow, on who's coming. Forest have put a bid in on this player, on that player. Suddenly it's raining dollar bills out of Forest. But I feel a lot of that is PR spin. And at the same time, then you're seeing more links to some more kids from Brazil and South America and things like that. I don't know what's going on with this strategy. And I'm now starting to feel our Forest in a mode where they're going to have to panic buy. They've suddenly, it's starting to feel a bit like Football Manager. There's been a few times where you've played Football Manager and suddenly you get a good offer for your Gibbs-White or whoever you've got. You sell him, then you sell your Elanga, then you sell your Milenkovic. And you're like, whoa, look at my bank balance, man. I can buy loads of players here now. But then you've got a game and it's like, I'm probably going to have to field the kids here. I haven't got enough players. And this is what it's feeling like. I just don't understand it from the player's perspective or the club's perspective. And my biggest gripe with this is when we're being told week in, week out, day in, day out, no one's pushing for a move from Forest. GibbsWhite is happy, Elanga's happy, Murillo's happy, Milenkovic, Sells, Anderson, you name it, happy, happy, happy. Why would you then have sold Elanga? Now, Spurs coming in for GibbsWhite isn't something that would have happened this afternoon. There would have probably been initial discussions. You know, Spurs would have shortlisted him, would have had a couple of conversations. There's obviously going to be a good working relationship between Forest and Spurs. I mean, in my time, I've seen Reed go, I've seen Dawson go, I've seen Jono go, you've seen GibbsWhite go in as well. There's been recent business with the Brennan Johnson stuff. So if you're knowing this one is in the pipeline and you've just sold Elanga, and you keep telling us that you don't need to sell players, that we are clear of PSR, there's no PSR worries, that we are building for the future and what have you, then why sell Elanga? If you're going to get rid of a household name, get rid of one. You don't need to go and get rid of two. And now the pressure is on Forest to spend that money wisely. And I'll keep saying this until I see what the replacements are in. Either they're on par with the two we've lost or they're better. I am not accepting substandard standards when it comes to this. Not when Marinakis is telling me we are not here to make up the numbers. We are here for trophies, to win things, to rumble the Cartel 6. Then show me. You don't build the foundation we built last year to then knock your house back down and start building the foundations again. We were getting to like the first floor. We got to the second floor and then a big gust of wind came and blew us down to the 7th position. But now it feels like they've just got the jackhammers out, bang, bang, knocking it all down, and then selling the scrap metal. Like, what are we doing here? Let's be serious. Build properly or don't give us the rhetoric that you're building. Because we all read what you said in the PSR statements, that Forest is a shopping window, that Forest is buying from South America cheap, window dressing them in front of the Premier League to sell on for profit. Well, if that's the case, cool. But don't come out and tell us you want trophies. That's my gripe right here. Now, I'm not going to lose my mind over these sales. I'm not even in the camp that thinks Forest can't play without these two players. They are good players, but they have their faults. I've been consistent with my opinion on both of them. But I'm not going to sit here and say neither of them are a decent player. Neither of them can't get into most teams in the league. Of course I'm not. But let's now see what Forest go and build. His medical is tomorrow if you're watching this tonight, or today if you're watching it, tomorrow, whenever you're watching it. And then he's gone. And this has turned around quicker than Usain Bolt runs 100 meters, I swear to God. And now we need to see Forest move quick, but move in a non-panicked fashion. Get your thoughts in on all of this down below. Are you angry with the club? Are you angry with Gibbs-White, Marinakis, Edu? I mean, where's Edu in all of this? He comes in officially a week ago and suddenly fire sale going down. Is he behind any of this? So many questions need to be answered. And I'm going to look into them. Hit that like button. Make sure you've subscribed. Go watch Grumpy Old Reds. It was raw. It was straight after the announcement. Oh yeah, and Forest have got a new kit. It looks absolutely crap. We'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.